Hey guys, good morning. I'm super excited to get started with you guys. Hopefully, everything is working and you can hear me. And then Jenny, if you want to start your video, I'm super excited to have you on. Yay, can you hear me okay, Jenny? You're good? Okay, yay. All right, good morning, you guys. My name is Amy Spence, and I am an ambassador diamond with It Works Global, and I have been a part of this amazing company for the last 6.5 years. I honestly cannot believe it's been that long. I was a former school counselor, high school counselor, and I honestly, you guys, I just joined because I wanted more time. I wanted more time with my family. And I found that through this company. And I've been doing this, like I said, for 6.5 years. And I'm super pumped because I have a double diamond on my team, Jenny, and she is absolutely amazing. She's from Alabama, and that's actually where I am from. And I actually am visiting. I'm in my sister's house right now. So it's so cool that we can, that I can go and travel and I get to do this anywhere. But you're just going to fall in love with Jenny, especially her accent. So Jenny, welcome. Tell us a little bit about yourself and just kind of how you found this company.
Good morning. So I'm so excited to be here and talk about this. This is my very favorite subject. But I found this company because of all those annoying posts that we all saw for so long and didn't want to ask about. But God was just gently nudging me in the direction He wanted me. And so I ended up becoming a distributor, and it has just been undescribable. It's amazing. And I think Amy is frozen.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Oh, there you go. Okay. You were frozen for a second, but I see you now.
Am I good? You can hear me now? Okay, good. Okay, before we get started, I do want to share my screen real quick, and I want to show you guys our income disclosure statement. We are so proud about this statement. I just love showing it to all my potentials. I love sharing this on my posts because, like I said, this actually shows the proof of what is possible with this company. So, you know, when you hear us talk about our stories or, you know, the money that's made or the bonuses that I've earned, those are obviously averages. And so we just want to make sure, you know, we show this statement as know how important it is to also include this in conversations you have and any post when you're talking about the opportunity with Works. So to post is something that I have become super passionate about. And Jenny, if I get rocky or break up, just let me know, okay? Like I said, I'm in my sister's basement, so I'm praying everything stays okay. But you know, when I joined and it momentum was saying, and that's actually what we're experiencing right now. We are experiencing momentum. And so where you are right now, and where obviously you're here on a Saturday morning, so I just want to reassure you guys that you are in the right place at the right time. I have felt this momentum before, and the best piece of advice I can give you is to put that foot on the gas pedal and don't let up, because this is the time where you're going to see serious growth in your organizations, and this is when you are going to reach your goals. So when I joined, it was momentum, and I couldn't keep up. And like I said, promotions came fast. But what I realized is that, you know, over the last 6.5 years, I realized that you have to have a system in place. And so I think after I went so fast to ambassador, if I'm being completely honest, you know, the last 2.5 years, 3 years, I have been searching for, like, you know, a system to get me more organized, you know, to reach all of the things that we're supposed to do in network marketing and direct sales. And that's obviously, you know, we're going to talk about that later in the week with our trainings, but we like to call it the core 5 things that you do. And so which includes follow-up, messaging, expanding your network. And I wanted to know how to do that. And so I saw and I watched all of these top leaders, one being Rachel Jones, and she really really inspired me with this system. I will say she's inspired the whole entire company with the system of host to post. And, you know, she's kind of like created it, honestly, or she coined the term host to post. And I will tell you that her generosity of sharing her system and just sharing her results month after month inspired me to really get serious. And so I will tell you that, you know, the last 6 months, 7 months, I have been putting this in place. I have been making, you know, each day intentional time. And the way that I like to describe it to my team is that you literally can do this every single way, anywhere. You can do this anywhere. This system makes your job so much easier. And I think the key points that Jenny and I are going to talk about today is the 3 types of host to post, okay? So when I teach my team about host to post, I teach them like it's a virtual party. It is a, back in the day when Jenny and I started, and I still fully believe that this is a way to grow your business, a way to grow your network. I am very much a belly-to-belly person. I love talking about the products in a group setting, in the living room of someone's house, and at a, you know, bridal show. You know, I love shows. I do shows every single year. But and the reason I love doing that is when we joined 6.5 years ago, that's what we were taught. We were taught right away to go get in a living room and ask your coworker to invite 7 people over so we can wrap them. And the cool thing about now versus then is we have so many amazing products to actually let people sample, right? Our collagen, our keto energy, our coffee, our, you know, all the things. And we didn't even have that 6.5 years ago. So when I talk to my team about host to post, and that is what I get our new distributors started immediately on host to post, because it does all the things we're supposed to do when you're in direct sales. But the other thing I like to explain to them is you got to think of it as parties. There's 3 different posts that you want to utilize when you're doing host to post. And so this is where I want you guys to take notes, because I believe that your goal should get 10 new host to posts up every single day. And I'm going to kind of walk through what I do, and then Jenny's going to walk through what she does, because we do the same thing, but we do it differently. And that's why I wanted to have her on, because I truly believe that anyone can do this system, and what I do may not work for you, but what she does may work for you. So my goal every day is to get 10 new host to posts up a day. And when I say 10 new host to posts, some of you guys are like, I don't even know what that means. So think about asking someone to host a party for you. This is what this means. This is a virtual party. You're asking someone to put up a post for you, and you're giving them word for word what they should put up. So the 3 different types that I like that we want to put up are: 1, we want product parties out there, right? We want product posts. And and Jenny, you can tell me about this too, but every day when I'm going for my 10, I like at least 60% of those posts to be product posts. I like for 6 people out of my 10 to put up product posts, because that is so easy for me to lead with the products. And I want you to tell me in the chat right now, do you feel confident leading with our products? I know that so many people feel more confident leading with our products than talking about the opportunity. And that's why I love host to post, because Jenny is going to tell us how she has led with the product for the last couple of months, and she has signed so many distributors each month just by leading with the product. So it's okay if you're unsure about what to say in an opportunity post or how to talk about the opportunity, because all you really need to learn is how to lead with our products, because our products are amazing. And so 6 of those posts out of the 10 are product posts. The other type of party that we want to make sure gets hosted every day is a potential distributor host to post. So I strive for 1 to 2 people a day to put up a post about becoming a distributor. And I'm going to show you guys examples of this. Jenny's going to talk about this as well. The other post that we want people to do for us is a partner with post. I know a lot of us are on teams now that do giveaways, and it is so awesome, especially like to give back to people. That is like basically the heart and soul of our company. And so I think it's awesome that teams have come together and we have made it possible to do these giveaways to give back to the people who are putting up posts for us. But I will tell you, am I cutting out for people? Jenny? No?
Good.
Okay. But I will tell you guys that before our team started doing giveaways, I would just ask people to put up posts for me and they would do it. And also with our awesome sampling app, you can send people samples. So if Jenny were to put up a post for me and I were to enroll 3 loyal customers from that post, I could send her a sample of our Skinny Brew from our sampling app. Or if I have extra products on hand, I could mail her samples. So don't think that you have to be a part of a team that does these giveaways, because people, I have found, when you ask people to help you out, people want to help people out. So if you're telling them that you joined a direct sales company, a health and wellness company, you're super excited about it, and you need help getting referrals, you need help getting the word out, I bet you the people on your chicken noodle soup list, those people that would bring you soup when you're sick, the people that would take care of you if you need anything, they're going to put up a post for you just because they care about you and they support you. And I love this idea because I think so many times when we get started in something new, we're so afraid to reach out to our family and friends because we're so afraid to ask them to support us. We're so afraid that they'll say no. We're so afraid to ask them to, buy products from us or become a distributor. So this host to post system is genius. So for all of you who are saying, that's me, I want you to grab your notebook right now. And I want you, or maybe when the training's over, but I want you to come up with a list of 50 people in your life that, and you know what helps me too with new distributors is I tell them to go to their Facebook friends list, because that's going to help jog your memory of people that you know. And when you're thinking about people you know that will support you, and I'm not talking about buying anything from you, I'm just talking about putting up a post for you, you're going to think about your people in your church, your coworkers, your, maybe your cousins, your family members, your husbands or spouses or partners' family. You're going to think about all those people. And you're simply just going to ask them. And you will be so surprised that when you get over your fear of asking them to just help you out and put up a post, you're going to be so surprised that the majority of them will say yes to you. So I'm going to do a recap a little bit about the 3 types of host to post. And then I'm actually going to share my screen with you. And I'm going to show you why we do this and what this looks like, okay? So I want you guys to write these down again. The first party that I want you to focus on is when you have 10 hosts to post a day, and we're going for 10, guys. And this isn't asking 10 new people to put up a post for you. This is actually seeing 10 posts put up, okay? So you're actually seeing 10 people who put up the post for you or tagged you, or you saw the post on their wall. And the reason we're going for 10 every day, you guys, is because I used to say a couple of months ago, I said, you know what, if you want to go, if you don't think you can get 10, go for 5. But what I realized is that if we go for 10, there's going to be days where we don't get 10. We might get 6, we might get 7. But if you go for 5, there's going to be days where you only get 2 new ones up and 3 new ones up. And the way that this works, and the way to make sure this system, so you can fully utilize the system, is to get those new ones up every single day. So we're going for 10 new hosts to post today, okay? We are going to do product post. And I will tell you, if you want to write down real quick, some of my favorite, the 3 products I use the most. That doesn't mean that Jenny, we're about to hear all about Jenny and what she does and how she's successful, but that doesn't mean Jenny does the same products as me, okay? But I do hair, skin, and nails. I do Thermophyte, and I do cleanse. Those are my 3 favorite products to do host to post with. And do you know why I love doing those together, you guys? Because you can easily put together packages of products to upsell. Okay, and I'm going to talk about that just a tiny little bit at the end, because I think that that's really important. So we lead with one product, and then we're going to then talk about the opportunity. We're going to bring that up. We're then also going to, bring up other products that work well with that other product. So first party is products. So the first type of host to post is a product host to post, okay? The products I like to do are Cleanse, Thermophyte X, and hair, skin, and nails. Also, the other party we need to talk about every single day, or we need to get up, is a potential distributor host a post. Okay, a potential distributor. You want to get that out there. And then the third type of party is a partner with, or a giveaway. So if your team does giveaways, then you can utilize that to expand your network. And I'm going to show you, so because I think a lot of people will get it better when we do when I show you the visual. So here is, I'm going to share my screen. So bear with me for a minute. Okay. So this right here is a, So this right here is an example of a partner with post, okay? So I'm partnering up with my friend Amy, that would be me. She's going to give away $1,000 cash this week, or Louis Vuitton next week. Tell me your birthday to enter. So this is something that she did for me in May. It's our team giveaway, and there's over 400 comments on it. So here's the thing about these kind of posts. I use these posts to expand my network, okay? So who do I give this kind of post to? I give this to someone who has more than 800 friends. I usually do more than 1,000 friends. I give this post to someone, maybe a potential distributor I've been talking to. I've actually been talking to this girl for quite some time. And I give it to her because I want to reach her network. She posts a lot. She's just a good, like, if you go to her Facebook page, you can see how she posts. She just is someone that I would think that would be great at this business, right? So now her and I have 58 mutual friends. I want to tell you something though about this. With a post like this that gets that many comments, I did not reach all of them. Not all those 400 friends did not become my friends, okay? And I've been working on this. She posted this over a week ago. I've been working on this post for the last week, and I'll probably work on it a little bit more. And then at that point, I'm probably going to move on because I have other posts. So the worst thing that you can do, and I'm going to stop my screen so I can talk about this. The worst thing that you can do with a partner with post that really explodes like that is to get overwhelmed. You are going to feel overwhelmed. That is a natural feeling. But I don't want you to think that you need to just stop and not expand, or not keep going, not get new ones up because you have this post with all these comments. There's no reason for me to be friends with all 400 of those people that commented, right? I want to move on. And then I'm going to get those people to put up a post for me. So I'm going to share my screen again because I want you guys to see this. But if I show you on this post, so I would reply to the person. So my reply is, make sure we're friends. Please add me as a friend so I can send you a message. So then Kenley is adding me as a friend. And when I see that she adds me as a friend, I'm going to send her a message, and I'm going to ask her to put up a post for me to get an entry into my giveaway. And I'm going to give Kenley a product post or an opportunity post. So this is how that cycle works. These friends right here become my friends. And then I immediately tell them about our product. Now, they may enroll on the spot. A lot of times people enroll on the spot, right? But the best thing about host to post is that my network grows. And if you're doing your job talking about the products and talking about the opportunity, then you are going to get enrollments after the fact. And I've made friends now with a lot of these people. And I believe 2 of them, yes, she became a customer on the spot. And then I think someone else became a customer from this post on the spot. But that doesn't mean that all the rest of the people who commented aren't going to become customers later down the road, because you better believe that as I'm adding new people every single day to my network, that I'm also posting very consistently about our products so that people see my post. Okay, so Jenny, want to talk to you. And me, Jenny? Oh, it tries
Yes,
in.
I can hear you now. You were choppy for a
Jenny?
second, but I hear you.
Still? Tell me if I can hear.
Now I can't.
Oh,
Now I just see your picture. Now I see you. Talk. Can you hear me?
okay. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you
Yes.
hear me?
Yes. No.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, guys. That was really weird. My like ran away.
I can hear you
Okay.
now, I think.
Go ahead and tell us a little bit about how you got started. Can you hear me?
Tell us a little bit about how I got started with
Jenny?
Host. Is that what you said?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So I got started with Host to Post because I was sitting at a meeting in Nashville because I try to be at everything within driving distance because proximity is power. And I think that's where it was. Candace Haynes was there. Shout out to Candace Haynes. She's amazing. And she was talking about how she was enrolling 100 customers a month. You guys, I used to hold myself accountable to making sure I got my steps to success each month. And when I did, I would pat myself on the back. But then I'm like, okay, I can do more than this. So I made a sheet that had more blanks to fill. And if I got a blank, I'm going to fill it. So my sheet then had 20 customers a month. So I was filling that and I was patting myself on the back. And then Candace Haynes was like right there. And she said she was enrolling 20 customers a month. When she said it was through Host to Post, I was like, Host to Post is dumb. That can't be all she's doing. And so I listened to her talk and I still thought it was dumb. It sounded like the craziest thing. And I had tried it a couple of times with no success. Now, I tried it a couple of times. You guys who have tried it a couple of times, 10 times, gotten 10 posts up, and you think it's dumb like I did, it's because you haven't done it enough. So I listened to her talk and I went home and I followed the exact steps that she was doing. And lo and behold, my enrollments quadrupled that very month. So Host to Post has been a huge part of my business ever since. I mean, I honestly spend probably 80% of my time that I'm working on my own business is spent on Host to Post. It is amazing. So that's how I got started.
Okay, so tell us how you like to lead with the product, Jenny. When talking to you, I know that so many of us want to, we're obviously wanting to add people to our team as distributors, but I love how you've taken the system of Host to Post, and I love how you told me yesterday, you were like, I don't even really do the opportunity posts anymore through Host to Post because I'm having so much success with leading with the product, and you've developed a system on how you then, follow up and you enroll distributors. So talk to us a little bit about that.
Absolutely. Now, I will say I did do a business Host to Post yesterday and enrolled a distributor yesterday from that very Host to Post. So they work. But here's what I think. I think that leading with the product and doing product Host to Post is so duplicatable for a brand new person who's starting this business. When they're entering into a conversation with someone who they just met through Host to Post and they're brand new to this business, that can be really scary. But through Host to Post, when we do a product Host to Post, or any kind of Host to Post really, but when you're doing a Host to Post, you are showing the host, without them really realizing it, that they could be good at this business. So a lot of times and my two favorite to use are Thermofite and Cleanse. I usually go with Thermofite first. If they've recently posted about Thermofite, then I'll give them Cleanse. Or if they've recently ordered Thermofite, I'll give them Cleanse. Just because usually when I do that, they come back and they're like, hey, go back in and order that for me too. So that's kind of how I do it. But anyways, when they post and they get like three comments, they're like super excited. And so many times they will come back to me and say, maybe I should be selling this before I even get a chance to say anything to them about it. But if they don't say anything to me, I make a commitment to myself. And in fact, on my little tracker system right here, I have a column that I commit to checking off that says business. So every single host, if they say yes to hosting for me, they have just won themselves an invite into my business. So don't do it right away, but after they have the post up, and as I begin communicating with the people who've liked and commented on their post, I'm going to go back and say, hey, or actually a lot of times I'll just say, oh my gosh, the response to your post was amazing. And then that gives them the opportunity to be like, I know, maybe I should do this. But if they don't, a lot of times they'll be like, I know, I didn't know I had so many friends interested. And then I come back and say, have you ever thought about doing this for extra money? Your friends are obviously interested and you could get paid for all their orders. I'm about to start communicating with them now. All right, they may say yes, they may say no. We may enter into a detailed conversation about the business. Even if they say no, when I have a customer who's about to order that I met through their post, I'm going to go back to them and say, hey, Julie's about to order. Are you sure you don't want to do this for extra money? Like, you're going to start out with instant commissions. So every single host gets invited. Okay, but I'm going to take it a step further. Every single person who likes and comments, they're going to get an invite to either host a post for me or be a distributor. So I'm going to start, okay, if we're talking about ThermoFight, I'm going to see that conversation through. I'm going to get their order in if they're ready to order. Before you place their order, after you get their information, that's very important. Wait till you get their information. Go back to them and say, hey, before I place this order for you, have you ever thought about doing this for extra money? It's the simplest questions, you guys. You don't have to feel like you have to know all the answers. You don't have to be super professional. Actually, if you are super professional, I feel like that's kind of a turnoff. You want to talk to them like you would talk to your friend in the grocery store. All right, so that's the customer who actually orders. How many times do you talk to somebody who says, that's too much? I can't spend that amount of money right now. Don't think for 1 second that if they don't have $39.95 for ThermoFight, that you can't ask them to join this business. If they don't have $39.95, then you're doing them a disservice by not asking them to make money. You have in your lap a tool that could change that for them. So here's the conversation. I don't have the money, maybe at my next paycheck. Okay, that's totally fine. Have you ever thought about doing this for extra money? And you actually get to try some free products along the way. And so many times they may not join that day because they truly may not have the $99 or the $39, but you're putting that idea in their head and they're going to start paying attention to your post when you're talking about the business. And if you're continuing to do your follow-up, they're going to come around. All right, so that's the person who can't afford it. I made notes because I'm going to get off track. Okay, so if they just flat out don't order, I might not offer them the business right away, but if they just say, no, I'm not interested anymore, then you're like, okay, totally fine. Hey, while I've got you, did you see our giveaway? I would love for you to get an entry. And instead, I've just kind of started doing this over the last 2 months and I'm loving it. Instead of just going ahead and telling them all about it, I actually go to my last giveaway post and I will send that to them in Messenger. So that way they're commenting on it and it boosts that post again so that more people are seeing it. It never fails when I do that and that person comments that more of their friends start commenting on it, more of my friends start commenting on it. And that way you don't have to fill your timeline with posts about giveaway, giveaway, giveaway. I post about it about once a week and that post brings in comments all week long. So that's a little tip too. So, and then, okay, so they didn't order. Now they're hosting for me. Guess what? They just won themselves an invite into my business. So it's just a circle. Let's see. So all roads lead to host to post for me. And all host to post hosts get asked to be a distributor. So if I'm changing an auto shipment for a current customer, hey, did you see our giveaway? I'd love to get you an entry. Send them the post. Or if you're canceling an auto shipment for a customer, even if they didn't love their results, give them a post about something they didn't use. So everything is just a big circle. Always come back to host to post and don't be afraid to ask somebody to be a distributor. I think Amy's excited, but she's frozen.
Hey, Jenny?
Yes.
I'm frozen anymore.
You're choppy.
I'm good.
You're choppy, but I can hear you.
I don't think I'm frozen. Am I frozen?
You're good.
Oh gosh, you guys, I have, I have, I have full service. I have no idea why it's being choppy, right? It says full service. But Jenny, can you repeat that about what you do with loyal customers that are canceling and how you ask them to be a part of the giveaway?
Absolutely. Well, first of all, if someone wants to cancel as a loyal customer, I have a LC cancel message saved in text replacement. So I'm going to try to get them not to cancel. I'm going to tell them about perk points. I'm going to do all the things. But at the end of our conversation, I'm just going to say, hey, did you see our giveaway? I'd love for you to win. And then I'm going to go to my last giveaway post and click share. And then I always teach my team to stay away from the share button. Don't share stuff to your timeline, but that's not what you're doing. You're going to click share, and then it's the option to share in Messenger. So then you send it to that person, and then they comment on the post. So even sometimes they'll be like, sure, I'd love to do it. And I'll be like, great, go ahead and comment on that post so I don't forget to message you the details. I'll be doing that later today. That's kind of how I keep my posts going.
And then I love how there's a lot of people on here that are begging you to repeat what you said about how you go and you turn around and you ask everyone to, you invite them. I love how you say you invite them to become a distributor. Like everyone gets an invitation. And I want to repeat that because I think there's a lot of people that are brand new on here today. We're going to break this down again and kind of go, we're going to talk a little bit slower about how we start this process. But when you say all roads lead to host to post, I love that. So tell us again, these people into this, to be a part of your organization. And then also the people, because I think that we are so afraid for the people who, when they tell us they can't afford our products, like you said, I know I'm guilty of this too. I'm afraid then to be like, okay, well, if you can't afford $40, how am I going to get you to see the value in spending $99 to join my team? So can you talk about that again? Because I know a lot of people want to hear it again.
Yes, absolutely, you guys. I've been there. I've been one of those people who would not spend $40 on myself. And weight loss, I would have considered for myself. But you guys, there's not a whole lot of people who don't have $99 somewhere that they could spend if they saw it as a big enough priority. Okay, so you've got to show them that this should be a priority from them. And how are you going to do that? Through connecting with them, through communications, through continuing to post about your excitement about this, through shouting out your team so they see that there's growth on your team. Maybe you just started, you don't have a team. You do have a team. You've got sideline, you've got upline, you've got success that you can shout out. So if someone doesn't see it as a priority, and all of us moms are so guilty of that mom guilt, and we it's almost like we look for it. We try to find things to feel guilty about, and spending $40 on a weight loss product is one of them. But if you've got that woman in your hands, that mom that needs an answer, and she actually like connects with you and trusts you, and she goes to your page and she checks you out and she's like, she's just like me. Her dresser is just as messy as mine, and so then she sees it not as spending $40 on something taking away from her family, but a way to improve her family's situation. So you guys, do not be afraid to say, I totally understand when someone says they can't afford it. I totally understand. Have you ever thought about doing this for extra money? It's been such a blessing for me and my boys. Can I send you some information? And I've recently started just say, instead of saying, have you ever thought about it? Can I send you information? Because it's not a commitment. It's not saying, yes, I've thought about it. They don't have to admit that they've been dreaming of this as their answer. Sure, send me some information. And the ball starts rolling from there.
I love that. And the other thing that I love that you said is just that, you really do see everyone as a potential distributor for your business. And I think that is where we need to start changing our mindset. But I love how Jenny says she leads with the product, you guys. And all of us just submitted on here not too long ago when I asked you that it's easy for us to talk about the products. And I think it's so easy to talk about the products because a lot of us joined as customers before we became distributors. Or if you didn't, like me, I never tried the products, but we see results. You know, we have hundreds and hundreds of corporate approved results for all the products that we're sharing. So don't feel like you have to lead with the opportunity, lead with the products, and then though, ask every single person who you come in contact with. And Jenny, everyone's on here. Before we move on to the last thing, like trackers and how to keep organized, everyone on here is saying, Jenny, share your scripts, share your scripts. But really, you make it sound so simple. And I think it is really simple what you ask them. Am I right?
It really is. And I do have time-saving scripts in my phone. I utilize text replacement, but they're the ones you guys already have. I feel like the magic is in that humanness. Sending them a voice message when you don't have a script for that answer. Or, you know, if you can't answer them right now, but you can say, hang on, as soon as I get supper in front of the kids, I will text you right back. You know, just building in that humanness and connection. So yeah, I have scripts, but you guys have all those scripts. You know, my scripts that save me time are when someone says, tell me about the thermofight. So the same way you guys all explain the thermofight. And then the question is always, how much is it? Y'all got that explanation. But just making sure that you just turn around and say, hey, have you ever thought about doing this for extra money? Don't worry about having the right words. Just have the right intentions, have the right heart, and the words will come.
I love that. Don't worry about having the right words. Have the right intentions. I absolutely love that. Okay, so let's go to the the last thing we want to talk about, and that's just organization. And you guys, I will tell you, Jenny is probably, actually, I know, way more organized than I am, but I have to admit that this system has allowed me to have an organization in my business that I've never had. And I will tell you, from day one, you need to develop a system. You need to develop some way how to keep organized. And so when Rachel Jones shared with me her trackers that she uses, you know, everyone now has tweaked them. There's a lot of different trackers floating around, and they're actually in our eSuite, you guys. So corporate made trackers based off of the ones we've been using, and they're in our eSuite under documents. And this is a way for you to keep track of the people who did host a post for you. And everyone tracks it differently. For me, anytime someone says they're going to put up a post, I write their name down. And the reason I write their name down is because I genuinely believe that if someone tells me they're going to put up a post for me, then they're going to do it. But how many times do we forget stuff, you guys? I don't know about you, but I am very forgetful. And times when I tell someone I want to order something, or when I tell someone I'm going to do something, I do it, but I need a reminder or two. So that way, I have a list of people who told me they're going to post. And then when I actually see the post on their wall, I highlight them, okay? And that is how I follow up with them. I make little notes off to the side. I mean, it's my method now. Like I'll make a star next to someone's name, and that means that post has a lot of comments, and I need to keep checking on that. So that is something that you can do. Print off the trackers. And I promise you, you cannot do this by remembering everybody in your head. You cannot do this by maybe just electronically putting them in your notes on your phone. You need a pencil and pen method. And I think that is something her and I both agree on, is that it needs to be in front of you. You need to have a notebook or a binder. So what I do is I print off those sheets, I get a 3-hole punch, and I put them in a binder. And that binder goes everywhere with me. I'm on vacation right now, and guess what? That binder is with me. I'm opening it up every day, and I'm getting my 10 up early in the morning, so then my day is free, right? So Jenny, talk to us, because you started doing all of this before, you did this a different way before the trackers even really came about. So talk to us a little bit about your organization method and why you think it's so important to have some kind of system for organization.
Absolutely. I know I was already doing this little notebook method, and it has just kind of like morphed through time. And I heard you guys talking about the tracker, and I was like, okay, I'm going to do my little version of the tracker. So just drew it in my notebook. And I was like lost for 2 days. Maybe it was because I was already used to doing it in the notebook, but seriously, I just think it's because Amy and I are complete opposites and our minds work a different way. And then I heard Ellie Antonacci saying that the tracker, like her mind is like linear. She needs like a list. And I was like, oh, I'm like Allie, it's okay. So for me, what I do, I'll show you guys. Y'all don't get on to me because the first of the month was crazy. I was chasing my $24 potential distributors. So I didn't get my 10 up the first 2 days, but I got my 10 up here. So this is what I do. I start each month, of course, just dating it. And then I put my date. I start the day numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I start with those blanks because remember, if I have a blank, I'm going to fill it. Well, I didn't on the first and second, but on the third I did. So I make my blanks and I find 10 people or more, because you got to find more for people to actually do it. Find people who say yes, they'll host the post for me. And then usually that's just going back to the last post I made about it and, breaking that off in chunks and messaging people. So this side is my hosts. This side is the people who like and comment. Okay, so this side, they're numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But on this side, their numbers are like 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 5, 5, 5, 5, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. Because their number corresponds with the host that they came from. Okay, so my host's number does not get circled until they actually post for me. See, these people didn't post. It's just my code to myself. And then as I see likes and comments, I write their number down, and then I list their names out, and then I go back and message them. I don't circle their number of the likers and the commenters until I actually message them. So that's kind of how I keep myself on track. Oh, and here's my little business column. Remember, you guys? So I've checked off everyone that I've invited into this business. So that's it. Pretty simple. I love my notebook. I like Amy. I take it everywhere.
So do you? I know, and that's what I love. I love that it's so different than me because you guys, my brain doesn't work that way, but Jenny has created a system that works for her. So this whole entire host to post process, the general idea, you guys, is just thinking about getting people to host a virtual party for you. There's 3 different types of parties: the products, the opportunity, and the giveaway. The giveaway parties are people that are partnering with you if your team does giveaways. If your team does not do giveaways, no worries. Buy an $8 sample and send it to somebody who you enroll somebody off of, okay? When you're a brand new distributor, use those samples to get people to put up a post for you. And when you get an enrollment off their post, send them one of your coffee samples through your sampling app. But if you think about it, it's just getting people to put up a post for you. They're hosting a party for you, and you want 10 new parties a day. And does that mean you're going to get 10 new parties every day? That does not mean that you're going to get 10 new parties a day. That means you might get 3, you might get 4, you might get 7, but we're aiming high because we want to aim high, because then if we fall back, it's not as low as if you only aim for 5 new ones a day. Then you're developing how you're going to keep organized, okay? Trust me when I say, and I think anybody will tell you, it's a pen and paper way to get organized. That doesn't mean you can't save them on collections. You can't screenshot them and have them in your photos. No, don't worry about what Amy Spence does. Don't worry about what Jenny Kennemer does. You are your own person. Take what we're telling you about this overall general system and then develop your own. And it's okay to feel overwhelmed. It's okay to feel like you're not doing it correctly. And then once you develop a system, whether you use the trackers can be found in your eSuite if you want to go that way. I print off 7 new pages at the beginning of every single week. I hole punch them, I date them at the top, and I put them in my binder. Jenny has a notebook that is to the T organized. That's what works for her. Me, I just write down the people who put up a post for me, and I do little stars or exclamation points, and that's my code in my head to go back and check on that post. Or sometimes people put up posts for me and there's 0 comments. I actually shouldn't say sometimes. That happens on the daily. People put up posts and there's 0 comments, okay? There was one time in April, y'all, I had over 50 new hosts to post in 4 days and 0 had comments. Do you know that if I would have, that would have been so easy for me to give up. So easy. But I kept going because I had people telling me, this, and I knew that the system worked at that point because I started really doing this in February. And so I knew that the system worked, but I did not give up. It took me almost 7 days of doing host to post consistently to start getting enrollments. So when I tell you that you're not going to see results right away, you're not going to. But nothing in life you can do one day and then see results, right? Usually everything we want in life to accomplish, it takes a little bit of consistency. We want to lose weight. You're not going to lose 20 pounds just by dieting one day and exercising one day, right? You're not going to be able to do that in one day. You want that promotion at your job. You can't just show up at work the first day and expect that you're going to wow everybody and get that promotion at work. I want to teach my child manners and say thank you and yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am. I have to be consistent and stay on top of her and remind her to say those things. So everything we want in life, you have to have consistency. So this is nothing that's different. So take this system and make it your own. But I hope what you gained from this is that Jenny and I are 2 completely different people. Our brains are completely different, but we make our, and this working for us, it not working for you, is that I promise you, you're just not being consistent. So you can't, and my connection is unstable, so I'm just gonna keep talking until y'all tell me you can't hear me. But you can't do this for 2 days in a row, 20 post up on a Wednesday, and then get 0 for the next 3 days. I would rather you do a little bit each day, 6 days a week, because we all get that day of rest, right? It's okay to take your Sabbath, your day of rest. It's actually very much, you should. But you need to do this 6 days in a row, and then you need to get back on it and do another 6 days in a row, and you do a little bit. And if you can get this system down where you're doing it consistently, I promise you this is the only way that you will really need to work your business. This system, Host to Post, works on Facebook. It works on Instagram. And every day I'm bringing new people in and I'm pushing new people out. And so now you guys, when I put up a product post, I get 20 comments instead of, 7 months ago, I would get 0. So I'm getting new people to see my stuff. So all that being said, Jenny, I want you, after I share my last comments, you're going to close this out and you're going to tell everybody one last piece of advice, anything that you want to tell them. But I just want to tell you guys to continue getting on these trainings for the next, I think we have 7 more days. Keep getting on these trainings. Go back to your team pages, search Host to Post in your team page. I can guarantee that there will be something that comes up. Go talk to your enrollment. First, guys, is to print out that tracker. If you don't want to do the notebook like Jenny does, or go buy you a notebook, however you want to do it, print out the trackers, make your own in your notebooks, and start there. If you're brand new and your team doesn't do giveaways, or if you're just brand new and you don't know where to begin, get a sheet of paper out immediately. Before you even get up from where you are, get a sheet of paper out and write down 20 to 30 names of people that you know would support you. And I'm not talking about support financially. I'm talking about you copy and post a post that you give them. And it's something as simple as, hey, Ashley, I joined It Works. It's a health and wellness company. Would you do me a favor and would you put up a post that I give you because I'm trying to get the word out about my new business? That's all you have to do, you guys. The last thing I want to say is that get on board with this. A Steps to Success enroller. I never was a mass enroller. When I tell you I was never a mass enroller, I mean it with the bottom of my heart, okay? I did, though, enroll our Steps to Success every month. But I looked around and I saw all these other ambassador diamonds, presidential diamonds, all the people, even triple diamonds. I looked around, I saw these double diamonds and in rubies who are enrolling 40, 50, 60 customers. And I thought to myself, for 3 months, I said, why not me? And finally, I just put what they were doing in place. And I was frustrated and I wanted to give up, but I knew that if it worked for them, it would work for me because they are no different than me. Okay. We all joined a company and we all joined an amazing company with amazing products that work. Everyone has a why. And so I knew that if it worked for them, it would work for me. And that is why I kept doing it every single day. And I will tell you guys, since February, I have not enrolled less than 50 customers a month. Okay. With April being my highest month, I have, I think, 80 something. That has never been me. Okay. So please know this works. Go re-listen to the training yesterday. Go re-listen to this training today and put this system in place. Jenny, is there anything that you would like to close us out with? Anything you want to say?
Yeah, I could talk about this all day, but the two main things that come to mind are, I think that a lot of people think that to enroll that many people in a month, you have to work all day, every day. And that's not the case in this house. Is that the case in your house? I'm a single mom. I have my kids 99% of the time. So I value them above all else. So I set my work hours. My kids know when I'm working at this. Actually, you guys, I downloaded the Connect app on one of their iPads because I needed it on there one day, and I've left it there. And one of my kids, every time he sees an enrollment come through, comes and says, "Mom, Alicia just joined as a customer," and he'll celebrate with me. So I don't want you to think that to enroll this amount of people that you have to be tied to your phone 24/7. Set your work hours and stick to them. Yes, my team needs me sometimes when it's not my work hours. I answer my phone sometimes, or a customer's ready to order or whatever. If I have time, I pick it up and I do it. But you will be very overwhelmed with host to post if you're doing it right and also not setting a schedule. So what I mean is, with host to post, you never run out of work. There's always something to do. There's always people waiting to be messaged, and you let yourself, that'll like drive you crazy. It did me at first. And then I remembered that there are no It Works emergencies. If they're interested today, they'll be interested tomorrow during your scheduled work time. Now, I love to strike when the iron is hot. There is value in that, but there's not value in being tied to your phone 24/7. So, and then the other thing that I want to tell you is, you cannot do your way to the top. I thought I could for a very long time. I am a worker. I'm a doer. I'm not naturally a leader. And so when my team would say, I don't like host to post, I'm like, okay, we'll do it, however's working for you, and I'll do my host to post. So I'm the only one at that point in being a mass enroller on my team. And there's a disconnect. Okay, these people came onto my team so that I can show them how to be successful at this. And I'm just letting them say, I don't want to do host to post. It's not working for me. Get your system down, show them that it works, and keep telling them how much success you're having with this until your entire team is doing it with you. And that is when you will see explosive growth on your team.
I love it. Thank you so much, Jenny. I am so sorry, you guys, for the in and out. I apologize. I tested it before, but it just happens. But I'm just proof that you can do this anywhere, and this system will travel with you. I think this is the first vacation in 6.5 years, you guys, that I have not felt overwhelmed. And I know it's because I can see the work that I'm doing, and I know that when I get those 10 up and I do all my follow-ups, I'm done. And then I just work off the messages as they come. So thank you guys so much for hopping on. And Jenny, I appreciate you. And I hope everyone has a great Saturday. Bye, y'all.